Hello everybody, I'm just doing a quick walk around of my M1026a2 slant back Humvee. When I bought it, it was a non-runner, and sorry about the dogs barking in the background, it's my neighbor's dogs. It was a non-runner, alternator, well the generator I should say. Generator was gone, as well as the brake booster and the master cylinder. Transmission control box was gone as well. This one does have the 6.5 non-turbo diesel, so of course does not have turbo, and has the 4-speed transmission. It came with the airlift bumper. When I got it, it was tan. Paint was all messed up, so I'm painting it back camo. I did put the Goodyear Wranglers on here with the 24 bolt wheels. I got to put one on the front just because it's leaking, so I've got this older Goodyear Wrangler on there just for now. And don't worry, I'm not driving it with that on there. That's just until I can get this thing, I can get it fixed, or I can get that tire fixed. I'll show you the inside. I need to get another battery for it. It's a little junky in here right now, but it does have the center, or the divider back there. Yeah, I got a water can mounted. A MRE heater, which does not work, so I'll end up pulling it back out. This one was a tow missile launcher carrier. I do have the bracket that goes right here, sitting in my shop. Of course, seats. Now, seats are blue. The reason why they're blue is because the what they use to dye the seats with, what they use to dye them green, fades very quickly. So the seats are virtually brand new, but they sat out in the sun and they just faded. Of course, does not have the vents up here, up in there. They're down lower. One's right here. The one's gonna be on the driver's side, by your knees. Right now, or for right now I should say, I've got soft doors on there because I do not have the hard doors. When I bought it, it did not come with them. Also, when I bought it, didn't have headlights. And this front bumper, or brush guard, this front brush guard was really messed up, and as you can see, it's still bent up, but it was really messed up. But I got it to where it's, you know, decent. And there's the other vent right there. And as you can tell, 4-speed transmission, park, reverse, neutral, overdrive, drive, then second and first gear. This one does have the headlight switch recessed into the dash. This one does have the ballistic 5/8 ballistic glass in it, but the rear laminate was all messed up. Somebody took a razor blade to it and cut it up for some marvelous, wonderful reason. So I had to peel that off, which was a pain to do, but I'll eventually replace that. And yeah, it's muddy as can be in here because I was working on it when it was pouring rain. So I did also put a seal kit on the turret. I don't know if you can really see it, but there is a seal kit up there. It did a decent job sealing it, but it still leaks. But it's a Humvee, they leak. Yeah, it is what it is. Under this seat here is the transmission control box, and I'll see if I can move the seat out of the way. Sorry about the camera going back and forth, but yeah, there's the transmission control box. I had to replace it because the other one was missing. Well, the physical box was there, but they yanked the guts out of it. Yeah, whatever, I'll put that back on later. If you ever see any of these right here, a little dirty, but these right here are gunner seats for, well, I use it for a Humvee, but it may be for an MRAP or something like that. I don't really know. But you got a strap right here that hooks. I don't know what I did with my hook, but it hooks up in, yeah, right over there. I don't know if you can see that little eyelet, but hooks right there. And then you put another piece right up here. And it's actually fairly comfortable to sit on for what it is. So when I got it, the insulation that goes up in here was all bad, just rotted out. So I pulled it all down. I'm gonna end up replacing it. When I got it as well, it did come with the ammo can holders, which have never been used before. Same thing with that holder right there for either gas or water or whatever was going there. It's still wrapped up new. I do also have a gunner's platform right here, and I've got a jack. And then there's another ammo can holder back there. I did also, of course, you can see the divider, and these right here, these go on the sides right up through here and right there to hold the insulation up. It also pushes in with little push pins as well. If you see that lever right there, or that handle on the back side of it, there's a flap that you pull. That will release right there and right there. So if you do that, and with this up, with the top up, it will completely come off. And it is a monster to put it back on when it is completely disconnected and you're trying to get these shocks on, or when these shocks are still connected. So I made that mistake of when I released that, those ears did not latch all the way when I pulled it back down, and when I released this back hatch up here, it all slid forward. So I'm going to pull this back down, and as you see, there's the top of it. I don't know if I still have scratches on there or not. There's some, can't really see them, but there's some scratches up there, like right in there, where it just scratched everything up. And again, being a Humvee, they don't seal at all back there, so it leaks water. I'm gonna see if I can figure out something to do to get that fixed. And like I said, this one came with the airlift rear bumper. I did have the spare tire carrier mounted on here. I bought it separately, and it looked cool. It worked well, but it would not work with the trailer that I have. I've got a M1026a2, which actually I will go over and I'll walk over there to it to show you. So, but here's my M1026a2. This is the one that I will be pulling behind my slant back Humvee. So with the spare tire carrier, this hydraulic brake system, which as of right now does not work, but I do have another master cylinder for it, and I may end up getting it working, but it will not fit. So you have to either completely change this around or take spare tire carrier off, or at least the spare tire off. So I took spare tire off because I did not feel like going through the hassle of replacing that, and I sold it. Kind of wish I didn't, but yeah, it is what it is. And right now this is just kind of used as storage. I got some, I don't know if you can really see it, I got an old rocking chair in there, and I got some camping stuff back here. But And this still has the sticker on it. That's how much the military paid for this trailer, $5,785. When I bought this, it did not have the rails or the tarp. It does have fiberglass rails, but it has, I believe it has wooden bows on it. Yeah, it's got wooden bows up there. And you can see a little bit of daylight coming through. So this tarp will end up being replaced eventually. And I will hopefully match the tarp to the trailer. And you can see right here the Marine Corps numbers. I'll go ahead and walk back over to the Humvee. And I'll raise the hood so people can see the 6.5. And also, darn, I shouldn't have a pin in there right now. There we go. I don't have a pin in there right now because those holes don't line up. So, of course, to release the Humvee hood, you got these on each side. Just pop them down. And if you have a brush guard, make sure you pull your brush guard down. So I'm going to set y'all on the tire real quick so I can raise this hood. There we go. So here's the engine bay. I did put a brand new master cylinder on along with this valve here, and then of course brake booster. Bought those on eBay. Also had to replace the alternator as well, and I had to put a different pulley on it. This one does take the serpentine belt as well. I've got a couple idler pulleys pulled off right now. I don't think I have them sitting in there. I think they're sitting in my building, but. And also did have to push, or I'm sorry, not push, replace this right back there because it was just gone. It does have, I guess you'd call it the quote-unquote supplemental armor. I got lucky, and when I got this, some of it was not removed. Most of it was, but some pieces were not removed. But that's really about it. One thing I will tell you, for anybody who buys one of these that has a 6.5 in it, or at least has a serpentine belt, make sure you check those idler pulleys, because each one, I believe there's 3 of them if you include also the belt tensioner. So you have 2 idler pulleys and belt tensioner. One idler pulley will go right there, one of them goes over there, and of course, like I said, the idler tensioner. Make sure you check those bearings, because all 6 of them, each pulley takes 2 of them, all 6 of them were bad. And thankfully I caught that before I actually started running it, with the belt on. I started it several times with the belt off just to make sure it would start. And by the time I was ready to put the belt on, I checked the pulleys just to make sure, and all of them were bad. So they're easy to replace, but just make sure you check them just to make sure. And I think I spent about $60 on the 6 bearings. Actually, I'm sorry, $80, because I bought a couple extras. They're about $10 a piece. So it cost about $60 to replace them. I do also have to put the that bottle on for the windshield washing fluid. I don't have the wipers on there right now. And also to pull out the glass in a Humvee, take this piece out, and then the center piece right there, take that out, and then do the same thing on the side right here, and take this molding out right here, and same thing on that side. Take that out, and your windshield will pop right out. I'm gonna put y'all down again. And then we'll go up in the turret. That way you can see the view from there. Sorry about the camera bouncing around and if my finger slides in front of it. Okay, so we're in the Humvee right now. There's a latch right here, and then one right above your head right here. Pop that. Get in a comfortable position because it's very awkward. I'm gonna set you on down again. Okay, there we go. So here's that'd be your turret cover. It would normally fold over like this, and as you can see, I need to really paint it, but like I said, the paint was messed up, so there's this lever right here that will hold it in place. There's supposed to be one mounted somewhere else, but it's broken. But that's that. This is part of the seal kit that I put on here, and then I bought this gasket as well. And like I said, it does a decent job, nothing great. This is where your 50 would go, or Mark 40, or Mark 40. Your saw 240, Mark 19, anything like that. Whatever you're gonna mount up here will sit right there. And this cover right here, this would be where your actual tow missile mounts to. So you'd have your main machine gun there, then you'd have your tow missile here. And then there's also where this would turn. Then where the MRE heater is, there was a bracket there that lined up with this hole. But wherever you needed to swing your tow missile to, you would just swing, turn around, then you would line up behind your tow missile, and then go from there. And then your machine gun, your main machine gun, most of the time would be either a saw or 50, would be off to the side. To move the turret, you have a handle right here. Pull up on it. Turret swings freely, and wherever you want it to be, just lock it back in place. Then, of course, make sure you close that cover back down. It locks into a little, if I can find it, it locks into a little hole right there, but it still moves. So I don't know if I may take this off, or I may find a better way to seal it. So if I take it off, then I'll put a plate over it to seal it, but it really doesn't leak. It just leaks around the rest of it. And also, when you buy these kits, this is not long enough. You will have, at least the kit that I had a gap here. But that's about it for the video. If you have any questions, just let me know. I will be posting more videos on the slant back Humvee, and also my deuce and a half sitting down there as well when I start working on it again. One thing I got to do to it is essentially just do the brakes, and that one should be good to go. Oh, and put a couple lights in it that I robbed out of it to put on here. But with that said, and here's some scratches right here from when this popped off. Also, there's a net that goes here. They're about $100 on eBay. You can throw like camo netting and stuff like that under them. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here. If y'all have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to y'all later.